But they're all machines. There should be no reason why something doesn't get a scan. Okay, it's time again to go over the eBay standard envelope analysis and the Etsy letter scan analysis for July 2022. I know it's publishing like a day at the end of July, but I already sold enough cards to grab 100 random mailings in eBay and then whatever came into Etsy. So I'll go ahead and complete the analysis, get it done since I got the information. eBay was in the 90% area again. They did miss a couple, but they didn't have no scans. That's the trend now, is everything's getting some kind of a scan. A couple of them they failed on. Etsy, it did well, and they had 0 no scans as well. And we're going to walk through the details of each one in a minute with some charts. But first I wanted to remind you how it works. You can skip through this. In the bottom there's some chapters and timelines that'll show you where to jump to Etsy, eBay, and recap. So let me go ahead and kick that off. Real easy to understand, and then I'll come back and give you the charts. Here is a slide I want to bring up on the big screen. This is just the process in my head on there, not real detailed, layman terms. I don't know how everything works with this, but there are so many different ways to do it. But in a nutshell, this should explain to anybody how it works. So the first box there is you got eBay and Etsy platform. They're connected across multiple data centers and stuff like that. They're not in the same one. That's why it's got the dotted line there. They're two separate companies, two separate platforms, two separate programs, applications, and stuff like that. They're not shared. But I just put them in a box to make it easier. When someone buys a postcard from either eBay or Etsy, it goes to the post office. The post office then sends data to eBay or Etsy in some way, format, a file, web services, some integration is going to go up and going to come down. Either eBay and Etsy picks it up or directly goes into those platforms if they have shared access. So that's your scans. When it hits the post office, it goes back and forth into the tracking on eBay and Etsy. If everything is successful with the delivery, and then you got a happy customer like at the end here. Even though the scans are not happening, most of the time the customer gets the card and they're happy. Okay, so that's how it works. Pretty straightforward. A lot of complicated pieces probably in it, but they're all machines. There should be no reason why something doesn't get a scan. These are barcoded, machine reading things. So I'm not for sure where the problems is sometimes. The way they feed them in, I just don't know. eBay standard envelope can cause you some more work, but it's not as bad as people think. You can check this video out here I did on how eBay standard envelope can cause me some more emails and stuff, just the way it works. But if you're not using eBay standard envelope and your competitor is, and you're using first class shipping still, you're paying $4 to $5 to mail a postcard, they're spending, what, 57 cents, 81 cents? They're buying by price. You might want to take a look at that. But here's eBay. eBay standard envelope tracking for July 2022. 100 random mailings for July 2022. The chart that you see is how I do it, is I put numbers in and I look at 4 different scans. So the first column here is state. That's the state that I mailed it to. Label is when I created the label. That's kind of the control. That's 100%. I have control of that. I print out all the labels. The first scan that you get is the origin scan. What distribution center did it go to? The second is destination. Somewhere in transit scan, destination scan, it has to show that it's moving somewhere. And delivery is out for delivery. So that's when it says out for delivery and then delivered. And then the average days it took to get there. Created is 100%. Origin scan was 99%. They missed one origin scan. Now remember, with eBay standard envelope, an acceptance scan is not required. Your carrier or the post office, if you bring them there and try to scan an eBay standard envelope, they will not be able to do it. The machines at the sorting centers do it. So eBay standard envelope just needs a scan somewhere in the system. The destination or in transit scan, 94%, they missed 6 of those. Out for delivery, they missed 3. And delivered, the all-important delivered scan, 93%, they missed 7. They kind of dropped down a little bit at the end, on the end ones there, a little bit more than last month. But they didn't have any no scans. Something got a scan somewhere out of the 100 mailings. And at least one scan is required. Now the average days in the mail system anywhere in the US was 4 days. The shortest was 3, and that's Illinois and Iowa. I'm located in Illinois, and Iowa is right next door, so 3 days. The longest was 6 days, and there was a lot of states that had 6 days. I didn't want to list them out there. That did increase a little bit. It used to be 5. But everything in red here is where the number is lower than the labels created. For example, at the top there, AR, Arkansas. There was one label created, got an orange scan, but it didn't get any scans after. California, CA, had 7 labels created, got an orange scan and destination, but they missed a delivery and a delivered scan. One envelope didn't, just fell off the system. And then you get down to the bottom, New Mexico had 2 labels created, and then they missed a destination scan. And the same with Oregon. So that's how that works. Anything red, and the reason I put red there is I want to see if there's any states really having major problems, and I don't see that with this one. The only one is New Jersey, and the East Coast ones is usually where I see the most problems when they go to Philadelphia mostly. But this other chart here is a running graph of the 4 scans, and as you see, they're up in the above 80%, and they're staying in the 90% area. That's better than it was, but the goal still is 100%. There's no reason why these systems put in place have 100%. There will be system glitches here and there, but it shouldn't be the trend. Still the goal is 100% in my book. Anything I put in over the years, 100% was where you need to be. There was no, hey, it can be 99.9 to 59. No, it's 100%. So that's eBay. They're still doing pretty good, better than they did when it started out, but I think the scans in there, and as I did in a couple videos, the scans might not be the post office. It could be eBay not putting the information from the post office into eBay. So it can, the finger can be pointed in both directions. Now with Etsy doesn't have the volume that eBay has, but I did track 24 mailings for July 2022 on Etsy. Now Etsy doesn't require a scan, they require a tracking number to be in the Star Seller program and to say that it was mailed. You just need to get a tracking number. Now here's the chart for Etsy. They were 100% on origin scans and destination scans, and they missed one on delivery and delivered. So they did for 24 samplings, mailings, they did pretty well. They only missed one going to Tennessee, delivery and delivered. They had 0 no scans. So everything got a scan that I mailed. And everything got a tracking number, so it helps with the Star Seller program. The average day was 4 days, shortest day was 3, and the longest was 5. That's about normal as I see. And with this other graph here, as you can tell, they're staying up in the 90% area as well. I can't really tell you where the misscans really are, post office or the application. But they're consistently in the 90%. I would love to see them get into 100. Now I'm going to be tracking this every month going throughout the year, and we're going to be able to see the progress on the chart with the graph, etc., especially when the holidays get here in the 4th quarter and 1st quarter of next year, just to see if there is a drop. Because when they drop on the scans and stuff, that's going to cause people to get anxious if they're watching tracking for their items, if there's no method for them to see that it's moving. But also remember, eBay standard envelope is a lot better than what we had in the past. With a stamp and an envelope, we had nothing. Now we have a barcode. Plus, I'm not paying full price for a stamp. I'm only paying 57 cents for one stamp. So it is a lot of pros and cons, but the pluses outweigh the cons to me, and that's why I will continue to use it. I can put 4 postcards with sleeves in one envelope for 1 ounce for 57 cents. Now I'm going to be tracking this every month going into next year. It's going to be really interesting to see how the graphs and how the charts come out in 4th quarter and going into 1st quarter 2023 as the volume of packages increases in the postal system. So I think it'll give us a little bit of history and a trend to see what we're going to expect every year on how it impacts. Hopefully the refunds and the questions and stuff don't increase, but I do expect that. But thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell icon so every time I put up a new video and an update like this, you get notified. I'll catch you on the next one.